come into mountain pose. So feet together, and stand up really tall. Just take a moment, come into your body, ground yourself in your feet. You can rock forward and back, left and right. Make sure that the weight is evenly distributed in your feet. Make sure your knees are over your ankles. You want to slightly tuck your tailbone in, roll your shoulders back and down. You want to slightly tuck your chin in. You want to feel like there's a string being pulled through the top of your head. So you're standing up really tall, coming into mountain pose, Tadasana. So we're coming into our bodies, just being here in the present moment. Standing up really tall, really feel the expansion across your chest. We're constantly on our phone or our computer all day, so our shoulders get hunched over. We want to feel the expansion across the chest. Slightly tuck your tailbone in, stand up really tall. Okay, let's do some forward fold. So actually, let's bring our hands to our heart, close your eyes. We are going to tune in with our own spirits. Create intention for the class tonight. So focus on the center of your chest. If you don't see a color, just make one up. So you're acknowledging your spirit, acknowledge your healing guides, your ancestors, your guardian angels, and the highest versions of themselves. And then the higher power. We'll create an intention for our practice tonight. Maybe there's something that we want to stretch out. Maybe there's something you want to work through. Maybe you just want to come into the present moment. Let's take one inhale. Exhale. Do some forward fold. So inhale, reach up really tall, stay on the heels. Exhale, come forward, bending at the hips. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, come forward. So go ahead and do 10 of these. Just take your time. You can stay on your heels or you can come up onto your toes. Inhale up, exhale down. When you come to the bottom, just so you can take an extra breath, feel the stretch down the back of your legs. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, come down. So let's do one more. Inhale, reach up. And then exhale, come forward, bending at the hips. And then slowly come to the top. Your head's going to come up last. And then from here, let's come into chair pose. So feet hip width apart. Inhale, bring your arms up. Exhale, make sure your knees stay behind your toes. Take some deep breaths here. You want to make sure you're taking those yogic breaths. So inhale, push the belly out. Exhale, push the belly in. Let's release that. Let's come into Ragdoll. Inhale, reach up really tall. Exhale, bend at the hips, come forward. So grab your elbows here. You can bend your knees if that feels good. Take some deep breaths. Shake your head yes and no. That feels good. See with every exhale, if you can get your chest a little bit closer to your thighs, just take a deep inhale. Exhale. And release your hands and then slowly roll to the top. Your head's gonna come up last. Come back to mountain pose, feet together. Roll your shoulders back and down, stand up really tall. Okay, let's come into warrior two. So bring your right foot forward, your left foot comes back, your heel is lined up with the middle of your left foot. Make sure your knee stays over your ankle, bring your arms to a T. So you want to look out past your right fingertips here. You can look back and make sure that other arm is still straight, not falling down or anything. And take some deep breaths. I'm going to activate this by pressing down on the outside edges of the feet. Feel your thigh muscles wrapping to the outside of your thighs. And then arms come down, left foot comes forward, shake that out if you need to, shake back. Okay, let's do that on the other side. So left foot forward, right foot comes back. And then make sure your right foot is at an angle. Your heel is lined up with the middle of your right foot. And then your arms come to a T. Looking out just past the left fingertips here. I'm going to press down on the outside edges of the feet to get that wrapping sensation, feeling like your thighs are wrapping to the back of your legs. Then bring your arms down, bring your right foot forward, shake that out if you need to. Okay, let's come back to mountain pose, feet together, coming back into Tadasana. Roll your shoulders back and down. Standing up really tall, hands equal by the sides. Grounding ourselves, we're activating that first chakra. So we're rooting our feet into our mat. Rooting ourselves into the earth, we're grounding ourselves here, just coming back into our bodies, standing up really tall. Okay, let's do some shoulder rolls. So we'll do 5 to the front. And then 5 to the back. Back to mountain pose. Let's come into eagle pose, Garudasana on the right side. So bring the right arm up, bring the left arm under, and then bring that left foot over. This is a balancing pose, so we're finding that point in front of us to help us balance. Take some deep breaths here. Release that, shake that out if you need to. Okay, let's do that on the other side. So find a point in front of you to help you balance. And then bring your left arm up, your right arm comes over, bring that left foot over, take some deep breaths here. Release that, shake that out if you need to. And come back to mountain pose, feet together. Roll your shoulders back and down. Okay, let's come into Bumblebee Pose. It's been a while since we've done this one. This is our balancing pose. So find a point on the mat to help you balance. We'll start with hovering our right foot. So find that point on the mat, and then you're going to bring all of your weight into your left foot here. So you can hover your foot a little bit, and then your arms stay parallel. We're going to slowly bring that right foot up. So flexing the right foot, we're keeping the right hip down. You don't want to open up the hip up to the side of the room, so keep that hip down. Make sure you're breathing. Slowly come back to the top. Shake that out if you need to. We'll do that on the other side. So find a point on the mat to help you balance. And then we're going to hover that right foot up, keeping the arms parallel, and then flex that. Sorry, we're on the other side, right? Yeah. Keeping the right foot down, the left foot hovers up. So you want to keep your hip down. You don't want your hip to open up to the side of the room. This is a balancing posture, so it's not about how far you can lift your leg up. You just want to balance on that right foot. And slowly come down, come back to mountain pose. Shake that out if you need to. Okay, let's come into Prosarita. So we're going to bring our feet a little bit wider than hip width apart, and then we're going to clasp our hands behind us, and we're going to inhale. You can come into a little bit of a back bend if you'd like. Exhale, come forward. And then just let the arms fall forward. Take some deep breaths here. Let's take one more inhale. Exhale. Bring your arms down to the low back, and then leading with the chest, we're going to come up and then come back to mountain pose. Feet together. Make sure your knees are over your ankles. Slightly tuck your tailbone in. Pull your shoulders back and down. up really tall. You want to slightly tuck that chin in. This is our chin lock, or Bund. About 5 times fast. But this chin lock, it helps get the energy up the spine. So we have 3 different bandhas or locks that we can do. So we have the root lock, and then we have the Uddiyana Bandha, which we've done before, which is where, like right here in the diaphragm, and then we have this, the Bund, and so that's that slight chin lock. And so what those bandhas do is they're like hydraulics pumps, and so when we're doing those locks, it's like pumping the energy up the spine. We know that we want it to get to the top of the head, so that way we continue with the divine. So that's what that little chin lock is, locking in that energy, so part of aligning the spine. Okay, so let's come into forward fold. So we're going to come into a back bend first. So inhale, reach back. We're lifting up to the rib cage, protecting our low back. And then exhale, come forward. We'll take a couple breaths here. Actually, let's come into hand foot pose. So you can bend the knees if you want, and then put your hands under your feet. You can straighten the knees if you'd like, or stay here. Just take some deep breaths. Mula Bandha, that's the root lock. I don't know why I forgot that. There's the Mula Bandha, the Uddiyana Bandha, and the Jalandhar Bandha. Those are all of the locks. And then release your hands, and then we're gonna walk our feet out into downward dog. So we want our hands hip width apart, our feet hip width apart. Take some deep breaths here. So we're lengthening the spine in this posture. You can paddle the feet left and right if that feels good. We're looking between the feet. Take some really deep breaths here. You can bend your knees if that feels good. You just want to drive your tailbone up towards the sky, drive your heels down towards the mat. Let's take one more inhale. Exhale through the mouth. Let's do that one more time. We're going to inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Inhale. And then we're going to come down onto our knees. We're going to come into child's pose. So feet together, our knees hip width apart, or they can be together. Take some deep breaths here. from child's pose, let's come onto all fours. And then we are gonna come into threading the needle. So bring your right arm through, bring your head down to the mat. So you're gonna feel a stretch in the right shoulder. So take some deep breaths here. Let's come back onto all fours. Let's do that on the other side. So bring the left arm through, take some deep breaths here. And then let's come back onto all fours. And then let's come onto our bottoms, and then let's roll back onto our backs. Bring your knees into your chest. Let's take a couple deep breaths here. You can rock left and right if that feels good. And then let's rock and roll up into a seated position. Okay, so let's do fists of anger because we haven't done that in a while. And also, this yoga is awesome because so we've been doing like Kriya Yoga, which is different than the postures. That's what like most of like the fists of anger, how it's like different than the postures that we're stretching. So the Kriya Yoga is postures that are just going to enlighten you faster. That's this Kriya Yoga is the quickest way to enlightenment. So the thing that's so special about it is that you used to have to become a disciple to do Kriya Yoga, but with the Kundalini Yoga, they were just like, we're just gonna teach these Kriyas to everybody. So it's pretty awesome that we're able to do the Kriya Yoga and just a regular yoga class. We don't have to become a disciple. Also, they never used to let women do it. So it's pretty awesome that we can do these Kriyas and we're gonna get there super fast. So we're gonna bring our thumbs under our pinkies. We're doing fists of anger, and then hands over the pinkies, and we're O mouth breath, arms up over our head. Inhale. Hold the breath. Imagine white light all around you. Exhale. Inhale. Hold breath. Hold Mulabandha, rectum, sex organs, navel. Spiral the energy up the spine. Exhale. Inhale. Hold breath. Project the white light all around you. Exhale. Pull the shoulders, neck to the jaw. Okay, let's come on to all fours and come into cat-cow. So inhale, look up, exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, look up. Exhale, chin to chest, keep going. Try to go faster if you can. Inhale, look up. Exhale, just chest. And then push back in a child's pose, hands together. Deep breaths here. And Let's come up into a seated position. And then let's bring our feet out in front of us. Flex the feet. Inhale, reach up really tall. Exhale, come forward. Some deep breaths here. And then inhale, come up. I'll keep the right leg out. Bring the left leg in. And then sit up really tall. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, come over to the right. Inhale, come back up. Big circle with the arms. Come into head to knee pose. Inhale, reach up really tall. Face that right knee, come forward. Inhale, reach up, big circle with the arms. Exhale, let's do that on the other side. So bring the right foot in, left foot out. Sit up really tall. Inhale, come over to the left. You may notice that one side is tighter than the other. Just send your breath to those tight spaces. Exhale, big circle with the arms. Come into head to knee pose. Inhale. Face that left knee, come down. Inhale, come back to center, make circle with the arms. Bring that right foot out in front of us. Inhale, reach really tall. Forward, exhale. every exhale, you could just let go a little further into this posture. And slowly come to the top. It's going to come up last. And let's roll down onto our backs. Rock left and right if that feels good. And then the right ankle, we're going to rotate 3 times to the right, 3 times to the left. And the left ankle, 3 times to the right, 3 times to the left. And then we are going to come into some leg lifts. So you can bring your hands to your low back if you'd like, and then our feet are on the mat. And then we're going to lift our right leg up to 90 degrees. Inhale, and then exhale down, and switch sides. Okay. So inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. So keep going. So we're inhaling up, exhaling down. And our goal is 108. Let's see how many we can do. So I'm on 52. I don't know how many you guys are on. Just keep going. Let's do a couple more. And then release your hands, bring your knees into your chest. Rock left and right if that feels good. And then let's come into a twist. So arms come out to a T. Don't have enough room. Arms come out to a T. Let's bring your knees over to the right. Root comes to the left. You bring your head back to the center, bring your knees up to the center. Just come over onto the other side. So left knees come over to the left, head comes over to the right. Let's bring our head back to the center, knees back to the center. Let's rock and roll up into a seated position. Just take a couple rolls, giving your spine a good little massage. And then roll up into a seated position. Let's come into our addiction meditation. So thumbs, our fingers are up on the pads of the palms, thumbs on the temples. We're saying sa, ta, na, ma, where we're gently clenching the back molars. And we're gazing up at the point between the brow. such, not how to be such, such, sugar, such, have such, not how to be such. Bandori bandu baje, bande bajana goe. Bandori bandu baje, bande bajana goe. Nanaka bande bara, eko sacha soe. Nanaka bande bara. Ego sacha soe, banda jamia, banda nimia, banda mania navia, banda jamia, banda nimia, banda mania navia, bando ego sabi, bando jamia. Such a soul, Nanaka Bandeva, Ego such a soul. And inhale. Exhale. Then let's bring our feet to the mat and let's roll down onto our backs. And then let's come into Shavasana. So take up as much space on your mat here as you'd like. Let your palms face the ceiling. And go ahead and take 3 yogic breaths on your own. So you're going to inhale, push the belly out. Exhale, push the belly in. And just let your breath fall back into its natural rhythm. Relax, just start to let your brow smooth over. The muscles in your forehead relax. And let your eyes relax. Normal muscles at the corner of your eyes, just let those smooth over. Imagine a slight smile at the corner of the eyes. Let your jaw relax. Let your tongue fall back into the root of your mouth. Feeling into your shoulders. Just see if you can let the tension relax in your shoulders. Feel the tension moving from ice to water, water to gas. And down your fingertips. See if you can feel your fingers from the inside out. Feel that pulsing, tingling, live sensation. Feeling the life that's here right now. Focusing in on your heart. Just take a moment and see what's there. Feel frustrated or angry or sad. And just add a smile. Not covering anything over, just adding a smile. Focus on the belly, let the belly relax. Adding a smile across the navel. Let your hips relax. Add a smile from hip to hip. Feel the length and the volume of your legs as they take up space on the mat. And see if you can feel each part of your body as a whole in this moment right now. And gently start to wiggle your fingers and toes. Bring some life back into the limbs. And then bring your arm up over your head. Roll over onto your side. And come up into a seated position. Eyes closed. Bring your hands to your heart. And with spirit to spirit and healing streams of grace. So just acknowledge your spirit, focus in on the center of your chest. If you don't see a color, just make one up. Acknowledging your spirit, acknowledging your healing guides, your ancestors, the elementals, and the highest versions of themselves, and the higher power. And then we'll ask for healing streams of grace to come in. Go ahead and fill in the blank. Whatever you'd like healing on, whatever you need help with. And we just thank the healing streams of grace. It looks like yellow light coming over us. Thank you. And thanks for coming to my class. Namaste.